Hello everyone, welcome to today's highly requested video of my top blushes of all time. I'm not joking when I say highly requested. I have been asked over and over and over to do this video, and I am so sorry. I honestly don't know why it's taken me so long to put this together, but I will say that it was quite time consuming because I wanted to show each of these blushes on my skin. I wanted to try them all on for you versus just holding them up or swatching them. So I did film this video over the course of, I think it's been 5 days. So I really hope you enjoy this video. And one more thing before I get into day one of the blush try on, I have to say that the first two were blushes that I had to refilm because there was something wrong with the audio in my first try on, my first filming. So I really need you to ignore my hair and what I'm wearing in this first demo. Yeah, I need to get these grays colored. I'm going on Monday and, well, you'll see. Let's just get started. Up first is Charlotte Tilbury's Cheek to Chic blush in the shade Ecstasy. This was my very first Charlotte Tilbury blush purchase, and it is still my favorite out of all of the blush shades I have from her line. To me, this is just the perfect peachy pink everyday blush. It does have a little bit of a sheen to it. It does have, as you can see, this outer ring of a lighter peach with the pop of pink in the center. Charlotte's technique is to use the outer ring on this area of the cheek and then use the pop shade on the apple of the cheek. I just take my brush, swirl it into both. And my technique for applying blush is to not place it directly on the apple of the cheek, but to bring it up a little bit higher to give my face more of a lift. I still want color in this area, but I don't want it to come in too close to my nose unless I'm doing that sort of sun-kissed look where I take it across my nose, which you'll be seeing later in the video. So I smile and then I start up here. And I do bring a little bit onto the apple of my cheek, but just the upper portion of the apple of my cheek. And then I blend it out. And you can adjust this to make it more pinky if you go back into the center for the more of the pop shade. And this outer ring is what has a little bit of shimmer to it. So that you're going to want to just sort of use sparingly if you have texture in this area. And I really do like the formula of Charlotte Tilbury blushes. I find them to go on very nicely and I find them to be quite long wearing. And this shade will pretty much go with almost any makeup look. Blush number 2 is another one that I've had for years, although I don't talk about this one that often on my channel. It is Nars Madly blush. And the reason why I don't speak of this in a lot of my videos is because it's becoming more and more difficult to find. I did check before I filmed this video to make sure that it wasn't completely discontinued. You can actually still find it on the Nars website, and I believe some Nordstrom stores still carry it. Unfortunately, you won't be able to find it, as far as I could tell, at Sephora or Ulta, but I will link it to the Nars website in the description box. This shade Madly is another kind of go-to blush that you can wear with any look. This one has a little bit more of a mauvey brown to it, and it's completely matte. So if you are not one to wear shimmer of any kind on your cheeks, then you definitely want to check out Nars matte blushes. And this shade Madly, as I said, is just really neutral. It has a little bit of pink to it, but it's more of a mauvey pink versus a peachy pink like the Charlotte Tilbury. And I do like to bring this one a little bit more in, but still keeping it in this upper area because it gives you sort of that sun-swept, sunburnt type of look. So here we have Nars Madly and then Charlotte Tilbury's Ecstasy. My next blush is Pink Cognito from Revlon. I'm actually about to film a video, so I am going to put this blush on both cheeks. This shade is a lot pinker than the first two. It has no peach. It is a straight up baby doll pink. There's no brown, there's no mauve. This is very similar to a Nars Desire or Matahari. If you like that just really youthful, pop of pink, then this is for you. It has a little bit of sparkle when you look at it in the pan, but the sparkle does not transfer to your skin, so don't be fearful of that. You definitely want to start off light and build up with this one. But look how pretty this is. I love, love, love this blush. Well, I guess that's the point of this video, isn't it? These are all the blushes that I just feel pretty when I wear. Pink Cognito. Okay, it's another day, so I have another 2 favorite blushes to show you. Up next is MAC's Peaches. This is a shade I used to use all the time when I was a freelance makeup artist. This is so flattering on so many skin tones. It's the perfect matte peach. As you can see, it gives an instant brightening effect to my whole face, and it's completely matte, so it won't emphasize any texture or fine lines, and it doesn't pull orange. It is truly the perfect peach. Now, if you are looking for a similar effect, but with a little shimmer and also a little bit more budget friendly, this Milani Baked Blush in the shade Bella Bellini is another go-to of mine. I really struggled with whether or not to choose this shade or Milani's Luminoso, but honestly, I find myself reaching for Bella Bellini over Luminoso more often than not. This one does take a little bit more to build it up to get the intensity that I get in less applications of the peaches, but this is great for someone with more fair skin or someone who doesn't really like blush, just wants a hint of glow. The more you put on though, the glowier it gets, so you do have to be careful if you have texture and fine lines in this area. So here we have Peaches and Bella Bellini. Blush try on day 3. I am showing you 2 of my favorite cream blushes today. This is RMS Beauty's Lip to Cheek in the shade Elusive. This can be used on your lips and on your cheeks, as the name suggests. And I love this color. It's a mauve-y, plummy brown, and similar to the Madly blush, it gives me that sunburnt sort of look that I like, that naturally sun-kissed or sunburnt look. So I just run my middle finger. For some reason, I like to use my middle finger to apply creams. And I smile, and I do not, once again, put it right on the apple. I go a little bit higher and blend it out towards my temple. And now I've sort of switched to my index finger. And you can add a little bit more. And this one I do like to take through this area and sometimes over my nose. I'm going a little bit heavier just because I feel like maybe these aren't showing up on camera as well as they are showing up. They're not showing up as boldly on camera as they are in my mirror, and I want you to definitely be able to see the color. And this next cream blush is a new favorite. It is from Milani. It is their Cheek Kiss cream blush in the shade Nude Kiss. This is an amazing, amazing cream blush. I have to say that they both apply very similarly. As you can see, this is a much pinker shade. So this is Milani's Nude Kiss. My next all-time favorite blush is from Patrick Ta. This one is called She's Passionate. It is 100% matte, and I would describe it as the perfect rose pink. So that's after going in with my brush twice. I'm gonna go once more for a little bit more color. So that is Patrick Ta's She's Passionate. Next up is the only liquid blush I have as a favorite. This one is from Nars. It is the Liquid Orgasm Blush. I do have the powder version. I've had it for years. I've gone through a couple of them, and I really do like the powder form. It's a cult classic. It looks beautiful on so many skin tones. For some people, I have heard over the years that they find it to be too shimmery or too glittery. I don't personally see any glitter particles in it, but it is very glowy, and like any blush that has a lot of sheen to it, it can emphasize texture. This can do that as well, but being that it's a liquid, it seems to mesh with the skin a little bit better and look more naturally glowy. And what I actually like to do with this is to put the tiniest drop, and when I say tiny drop, I mean tiny drop. This is the brush that I always use for this liquid, so it already has a little bit of the pigment on it. It's a Samey Beauty 1.5, and I don't know if you can see, but you want to use just a tiny, tiny bit because it is highly concentrated. Actually, that little bit might have been too much, so I'm going to blend it out with my finger. It gives a very similar look to the She's Passionate, except it does have a little bit more glow to it because She's Passionate is matte. But as far as the color is, the base color, it's very similar. I think you can tell that this definitely has a radiance to it. So I think you can see a pattern here to the blushes that I have chosen as my all-time favorites. They're all very similar in color, but to me, I see slight differences. It's the same rationale I use for having 50 nude lipsticks. They're all just a little bit different. Blush favorites 6 and 7, Patrick Ta She's Passionate, and Nars Liquid Orgasm. Okay, I have saved the best and my #1 favorite for last. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Pink Gasm Beauty Light Wand. I don't even remember whether or not this came out this year or last year, but all I know is that from the moment I purchased it, I have just been in love. I just feel like this is such a gorgeous, glowing, pinky coral, which is perfect for my skin tone, but I also feel like it can be adjusted to work on many skin tones, whether you're more fair or you have darker skin. A little bit goes a long way. So all I'm gonna do is smile and dab it, as you saw in all the other demos, a little bit higher, not right on the apple of the cheek. And then I take my finger and I blend it out. I'm gonna add another layer, but this does give a similar effect to the Nars Liquid Orgasm. However, this Pink Gasm has a little bit more pink, whereas the Nars is a little bit more peach, has a little bit more of a peachy pink. This is more of a, what I would consider a coral pink. So I'm gonna squeeze out a little bit more, and it really meshes so beautifully with your skin. I realize that it is winter when I'm putting up this video, but I truly feel like this can be a gorgeous winter glowy blush, and I think it will be equally stunning. It is equally stunning on tan skin in the summertime, especially if you just want to do a minimalist look. You can put this on your cheeks, add a little bit of gloss, a little mascara, and you're good to go. Did I say earlier that this has lasted me forever? It has. But now I think I'm out. I'm running low. And more often than not, when I use this blush, I don't use a highlighter. This is it. This gives me enough of a youthful glow that I don't feel like I need a highlighter. How many times have I said the word glow in this video? But that's what we all want from a blush, right? We want to look more alive and vibrant and glowy. So this is Charlotte Tilbury's Pink Gasm. All right, that concludes this try on of my top blushes of all time. As usual, I really hope you enjoyed watching, and if you did, please give this video a thumbs up. If you're not already a member of the Risa Does Makeup family, we would love to have you. All you need to do is click that subscribe button. You can also find me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter under the same username, Risa Does Makeup. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.